Welcome back, everyone. We have an update from Starco Brands, which trades on the OTCQB under the symbol STCB and invents and acquires consumer products with behavior-changing technologies that spark excitement in the everyday. Please welcome its CEO, Ross Sklar. Hi, Ross. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. We look forward to your update.
Yeah, thank you for that. 2023 has been a wild ride. We've grown our business, really exponentially. We had really a banner year. Almost every metric you can bring forward, we really beat. Our top line, had extensive growth. EBITDA as well as gross margin was really tremendous. For those of you who don't know, Starco Brands, really it starts with a great mission. And our mission is, we'll only really commercialize products or technologies that we think are really behavior changing, right? Not just innovative, changing. And then we'll also make like-minded acquisitions, of which we did. We were very active in the M&A market in 23. We set our guidance early in 23. We hit our numbers very well. It was an outperform on margin profile, and our EBITDA numbers are in line. So it was just really a fascinating year for us and for our team. And then we sort of set our guidance for 2024. We've got a couple of slides here. Maybe that makes sense to delve into. And I know you've got a couple of questions as well.
Yeah, maybe this will correspond with your slide, but it is impressive, the top and bottom line growth. So talk a little bit about that, especially for 2023. What drove that growth, and what is driving the 11 to 17% top line growth you're guiding to fiscal year 24?
Yeah, what the major drivers for 2023 were, we started to layer in some strategic acquisitions that we thought we could pick up in the marketplace at a really attractive value. When we look to commercialize unique products or make acquisitions, they have to really be in our area of core competency regarding product. So our specialties are in food and beverage, also in personal care, in beauty and fragrance. So we acquired a company called Art of Sport, which was actually founded by Kobe Bryant in the men's grooming area. We're very bullish on that line. There's significant new products that are coming out in 2024. We also acquired a company called Sklar Fragrance, which is in the prestige fragrance category. And this was the first fragrance to ever be hypoallergenic and safe for sensitive skin. It's really a darling at Sephora. It's got a very large online business. When we acquired that company, they were on their way to doing about $8 million in revenue and losing almost $4 million a year. And fast forward 1 year, the company's going to pass 10 million in rev and post, a little over $1 million of free cash flow. So we're able to kind of consolidate these businesses and really accelerate their growth as well as removing a lot of costs out of them. And then we bought a business called Soylent, which is one of the pioneers in non-dairy functional nutrition, used as meal replacements, but also high protein beverages and also powders and bars. And that business has a very large D2C platform, online business, generating, in the mid 40s millions a year. Very high margin profile in that business as well. Sklar, 75% margins, Soylent, 52% margins. We're really developing out retail this year. We see tremendous kind of blue sky for that beverage business into retail. There's also significant opportunity where we're going to be launching new products and getting into new verticals in that business, also in the Sklar business, before new products in our Art of Sport business as well. And not to mention, a product line called Whip Shots, which is the first infused whipped cream, which is a super fun product line that's partnered with Cardi B, sort of global entertainer and hip hop star. That business, I believe, was, if not the fastest, one of the fastest growing spirits last year in the United States. It effectively was in the lab for almost 3 years. We commercialized the technology. We launched the business. First year in sales from a wholesale vantage point was 10 million. Second year was 20 million. It's 75% gross margins. So you sort of have this house of brands underneath Starco Brands, and each of these brands and businesses are changing. So banner year this year, and 2024 is going to be very exciting.
Wow, what an update. Talk a little bit about how have you been able to ramp up this revenue and turn your portfolio of brands profitable in such a short amount of time?
In our prior life, we're operators. We're also, very savvy in the world of finance, but we're very frugal operators. And the reason why we play in these product categories is because we've got technical and formulary piece in those product categories. So to invent new products. We typically refer to Starco Brands as an invention factory. So, we're not just financial buyers or private equity buyers where we can come to the table and buy and strip out costs and say, okay, well, that was accretive. We do that too from an operations and M&A standpoint, but we're also the inventor. We're inventing new products. We understand manufacturing. We can vertically integrate the manufacturing. So we're checking a lot of boxes to be able to not only turn around enterprises, scale them pretty quickly. And that's been evident in the last 24 months.
So what makes Starco brand different from the CPG companies out there? What's your differentiating factor?
Look, I'm a chemist by trade. And so, we are in the lab. We're, developing technologies. We're not just a financial buyer, which, some of these, proverbial roll-ups can be. We're active operators. We know the technical aspects. We understand how to build products and commercialize products. We were in the private label business for many years before Starco Brands. So we're very familiar with the margin profile. We're very familiar with the retail shelves in multiple categories. So these are all sort of advantages that we have that we bring to the table under the auspices of Starco Brands. When we think about what's it take to commercialize, our attention. And then on the branding and marketing side, we've built a really sensational kind of with performance marketing. Is we look for authentic influencer and celebrity relationships that are very authentic to the product and the brand. And then we curate what we call experiential marketing. So we can put forth relatively low amounts of capital that have a result of 2, 3, 4 billion earned media impression, all over the world. And when we show those kinds of marketing results to our retailers, they greatly appreciate it and reward us with shelf space.
Wonderful. Well, along with acquiring companies, you are also able to invent and scale unique products. So how are you able to stay so consistent with all of this?
The truth is, inventing behavior changing products and technologies is hard. It's a very high bar. But that's our discipline, and that's what we're committed to. So, in each of our portfolio, there's kind of R&D pipelines. But to make that litmus test of something to say, okay, we're going to get behind, finance, and commercialize, it truly has to be behavior changing. And so our understanding and research of what's in the market, what's not in the market, shelf space that are very competitive, some that are not, will make these calculated decisions of where we want to go. And if the product or technology meets that kind of modus operandi, then, we're going to put the muscle behind it and go. If it doesn't, we won't. And time it's a no, right? Out of 100 R&D efforts or products, it's 1 or 2 that we're going to get behind. But that really provides an investor for outsized returns.
Well, great momentum you have. Thank you so much for coming on and giving us this update.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
All right, stay with us, everyone.